The auto sector really getting a big boost from Prime Minister Modi's GST decisive tax cut to really boost consumption in the Indian market. How are you feeling? Are you optimistic about this market as legs to go?
I'm certainly positive about the announcement, and the auto sector had been a relative laggard in recent quarters, so not surprising to see that sector bounce back quite strongly. But from a fundamental standpoint, absolutely, I think the changes to the GST regime will be supportive near term for consumption as it comes through later in the year. And consumption has been weak in India for quite some time now, so this is a real sort of boost to the economy, if you like, given India's economy is so dependent on domestic consumption.
In terms of sectors, consumption plays are not really your thing, right? I mean, you're into banks, real estate. Is this consumption play, this boost we're seeing in the auto sector, making you rethink your strategy?
We do have exposure to the consumer story in India, but we play it through multiple different ways. So not necessarily directly through a sort of consumer staples company, but through, for example, a real estate story. Or you mentioned banks. I mean, in many ways, that is a consumer story as well. So we have a very diversified way of playing the Indian consumer. But as a theme, broadly, we're very positive on it, and this will make us incrementally more positive. Obviously, there's still detail to come through as to how the reform to the GST regime will play out and exactly what this means for what sectors, for what companies, but we will be working that into our thinking from a portfolio standpoint.
This GST reform, do you think it could mitigate any negative tariff impact on the economy?
I think it could. I mean, the economists, I think, are still working away at the numbers. I've seen estimates that it could be as big as a 1% boost to GDP growth. And if you compare that to estimates of the tariff impact on the economy, that ranges, well, depending whether you're talking about 25 or 50%, and we'll see how that plays out. But even at 50%, it might be 50, 60 basis points impact to the economy, because really India is a domestic consumption story. Exports is a relatively small contributor, so this could more than offset that impact of tariffs.